Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Toronto International Film Festival and welcome to the world premiere of Charcoal. Yay! Charcoal is our Latino film in the platform competition, and we're after this competition. Yay! My name is Diana CADAVID, and I'm an international programmer here at the festival and the programmer of Charcoal. Before we start, I would like to thank our lead and major sponsors, Bell, RBC, Bulgari, and Visa for their continued support. We would also like to thank our major supporters, the Government of Canada, the Government of Ontario, Telefilm Canada, and the City of Toronto. This film is eligible, as I just said, for the Platform Award for Best Film, and also for the People's Choice Award. So you can vote for it. Remember, please, once you're back home or outside of the screening, you can do so by going to tiff.net/vote. And we would also want to give a very special thank you to Urban Cells for providing us with the film. This is like truly a very exciting moment. Charcoal marks Carolina Markowicz's first feature film, but we've recognized her directorial skill and amazing voice from her first short film. She's been here at the festival already 3 times. The first time was with Tataupe. Yeah. And I saw the film. It came already very much recommended by our shorts programmer, Jason Anderson, by all the people who's known about Carolina's work. There's a lot of anticipation and a lot of love behind the film. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Carolina Markowicz.
Hello, good evening. I'm so happy to be here. So nervous. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much, Toronto Film Festival. I've been here a couple of times. I'm a huge fan of the festival, of the city. I'm so honored, and so it moves me a lot to be here, premiering my first feature, Charcoal. Now I would like to call my amazing producers, Zita Carvalhosa.
Yay!
I met Carolina in Toronto, and then we made this film for a long time. Then it's really, really very important to present it here. Thank you for coming.
Also our co-producer, Karen Castanho, which I also met here in Toronto in another year.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for the Toronto International Film Festival for inviting us.
And now I would like to say hello. They are far away, to our cast members, our crew and cast members that are so amazing. I was so lucky to have them in the film. One of our main characters, César Bordon, who was unable to be here, and also little Jean, that you are going to see him. He's far away, but I wish so much he was here. Unfortunately, they couldn't come. But I would like to ask our amazing actresses to come. First of all, Camila Mardila.
Hi, good night. Very excited to watch the movie with the audience. Thanks for your presence.
And the one, our Maeve Jinkings.
Good night, Toronto. It's my first time here, and I'm loving it. We are very excited to see the movie together for the first time. So I hope you enjoy it as well.
As you can tell, this is a film made by a super powerful team of women, and isn't it amazing? And we'll be back here for the Q&A. So think about your questions. Let's have an awesome conversation afterwards. You're in for a treat. We'll see you after the screening. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy the film.
Thank you. Please welcome back Carolina, Maeve, Camila, the rest of the team. I know it's...
Hi again.
Hi, guys.
Can I introduce the rest of the team?
Thank you for staying.
I want proudly to introduce the rest of the crew that is here in Toronto, the best crew I ever worked with. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy they are here too. Pepe Mendes, the DOP. And Marinês Mencio, the production designer. Well, the other ones we already introduced that time.
Well, Carolina, I think everybody here in the audience felt like the darkness and the fun of the last few minutes of the film. So we're all still shaking. Maeve, Camila, you did such an incredible job. It's just so, right?
Thank you.
I think we gotta start from the beginning. I feel that this is a film that I would love to just sit down and dissect, every second of it. But let's start with the genesis of the story. How did this happen?
It's autobiographical. I'm kidding. No, I have family here, so it won't happen, don't worry. No, I grew up on the countryside in a city very close to Joanópolis, this small city, and so I lived a lot of things that a small conservative place could be, like the family that were sticking together with people even almost hating each other sometimes, and guys who were gays, but it was, like him, it's okay to be a murderer to hide someone, but please do not be gay, which was something personally for me that was quite, sketchy also, but challenging. But anyways, and there was, in this small city, everyone knows everyone. So once this lady that lived a bit far away, and then she was very tough. She was like a big woman, and she has a husband who was always laughing, always drunk, but when she went to the mass and everything, oh, he's the head of the family and something like that. But of course, he didn't work, he didn't do anything. And once a woman have a fight with her, fought with her, and she threatened this woman to death. And as this woman lived far away, I thought, what could happen in this house? And this is why the film began in my mind.
How long ago? I mean, when did this first came about, and how was the writing process to put it on the page?
I think this film has had many stages in the writing. It was about. It had different focus during the time that I was writing. I would say I started writing. Zita is the main producer, and she's been with me for how many years? 6? Yeah. So I think in the very beginning it was more focused on the Argentinian organization that substitutes people, and then it was more focused on the guy who goes to the house. And then in the very end, I thought it would be more interesting to be more focused on this family and in the head of the family. So it was long, and a lot of things changed in the middle of the
As
path.
painful, as fun as the final product of it. Why don't you all share with us, at what point did you get to be part of the project, and what kind of version you read versus what you just saw today?
No, I think the film changed a lot, and we made different workshops for writing, and she's a really good writer. Then she could change on the process, and I think when we shot it, there was still a big change in the place. She stayed like 2 months before we found Jean. And it was nice to make it. And it's a Argentinian co-production, and we didn't tell, it's Alejandro that worked with us. This is one of the first things we found our co-producer, and now there is a small part in Argentina, but it's a co-production.
That is so awesome. I love these films that exist in this border, this strange border between Brazil, Argentina. What about the rest of you? How did you get involved with the film?
Good evening. First, the photographer.
So I met Carol a long time ago. We did like 3 shorts together. And I think I'm, since the beginning, the feature film as well.
Long time partner.
I think that's it.
And I met Carol 6 years ago, maybe something like that. The first job that we had done was advertisement. So, and so after that, we have done other advertisement. And every time that we were working together, I asked him, please, come on, Carol, invite me to your next feature film, please. And that's it.
Well, that's fun.
Everybody? Oh, well, during the pandemics, I wrote to Carol one day because I saw her short movie and I was like, I want to meet her and something like this. And when I wrote to her, she was watching some series I made or something like this, and and at first the character wasn't supposed to be it was supposed to be older and a lot different. But then we started talking about it, and I read the script, and we were talking, and then suddenly I was happily in the feature film, and it was a great pleasure.
Well, Zita introduced us through an email, and so she sent me one of the first versions of the script, the very first. So, and I really like it. So we started. Was maybe 6 years ago. So we started to. So we kept talking through the years and having coffees, and 2020 she also invited me to her second feature, which is Tall, is coming soon, and because of the pandemic we also had to compress both, so we shot very closely the 2 features. She's crazy. She's really crazy. And that's it. And what's amazing, Carolina is a really generous and intelligent director. She's always able to change what she feels is not working on the scene. So I think this is a very quality of her. Put in first place the organicity of the scene, and that's it. Hey guys, sometimes in order to be perfectly understood, I will ask for Luana's help. So this is Luana. She's here to translate.
Thank you. And it's funny because Maeve has always been invited to the project since from the very beginning, but Camila, I knew very much her work. I was a huge fan and I wanted to work with her as well. But Luciana, it was supposed to be an older woman and everything. And then Camila wrote me in this very exact moment that I was scouting for Luciana. And she's a friend of Maeve, I didn't even know that. And I was like, oh, Camila, she's an amazing actress, but I don't know, I don't think she fits the role. And okay, let's do a test. It was via Zoom because of the pandemics. Okay, let's go, but she's amazing, but she doesn't fit. And then one test in Zoom, 2 lines. It's impossible not to be her. It was crazy.
It was a blast.
Carolina, like your film is like literally living like the intersection of so many different genres. Like it's so unique. And I think we all like, I don't know, guys, got goosebumps and laugh. And I think that's like one of the most interesting things is precisely that, that it has a sense of humor that is very dark. It has an understanding of character that is very unique. And I'm very curious about like that location and how did you bring your people into that location and how was production?
Well, I must say it was I was very lucky indeed to work with these people and people that I'm very comfortable with, that are very, very talented and also they were very passionate about the film. And this made all the difference because when you are shooting a first film, you are so afraid of everything. At least I was pretty much. So besides all these people here, I have this one person that is an amazing guy, a friend of mine, Bruno Alfano, who I wish was here now, who's my location manager. And he was scouting in the city. He was the one who found Jean as well.
Jean is amazing.
When he was scouting location, he was like, he called me and he's like, oh my God, I'm here at a field looking for houses and there's this boy, I think you like him. And then he shot a bit of the guy and the boy was like, oh my God, okay, done. It seems faster than it was, but then Bruno found this place, and from the very beginning it was supposed to be a place that was not close to the city, that was far away, but it was never a charcoal factory. There was never the element charcoal in the film, never. And then it became the name of the film, because it became a character, the charcoal factory and the factory.
Because the town was the charcoal factory. Like the location brought that in?
Yeah, there was no charcoal factory at all in the script. I think there isn't either. I haven't put it in since when I shot it. It never was that. It was just a little house far away. And then when Bruno found this house, and then we discussed a lot. Oh, it's good. Why not? I mean, they would kill the father in another way. It was never this way. So when
they were like the chicken. Oh, no, I like throwing it. Okay, no, I'm not even gonna start with the murders. Let's not dissect the murders.
we shot the film in 4 weeks, in pandemic times. Then it was a big family working
in
together.
Brazil, right?
Yeah, in Brazil, and then we shot some days in Argentina, but the main film was shot in 4 weeks, and everyone very close, and with all the pandemic protocols.
Yeah, it was hard.
I want to open it to questions from the audience, but before we go there, I want to ask Maeve if you can share a little bit about your preparation also for the character and how was the work there.
Okay, I will ask Luana's help for that. Yes. Bom, Irene é muito diferente de mim. I'm not a murderer. I'm a vegan person. So killing the chicken was really hard for me. But bom, eu acho que basicamente a gente foi um trabalho de imersão, de um interesse muito genuíno sobre aqueles personagens, que inclusive fazem parte da subjetividade da Carolina, que cresceu sua infância e adolescência naquele lugar. Então, é um trabalho de você absorver, né? Esse é o desafio dos atores. A gente tem um tempo muito curto para absorver um universo que um diretor e um roteirista passou 5 ou 6 anos criando, né? Acho que eu vou... Quer usar esse?
Well, so Irene is very different from me. I'm not a murderer. I'm actually vegan. So killing that chicken was quite hard for me. But basically, what I wanted to share is that it's quite an immersion experience to do this. Because, and it is for everyone who's involved in the movie, because this is all part of the subjectivity of Carolina, who was born and raised in the countryside. And she grew up in that location. So it is quite a challenge for all of us artists, because we have such a short period of time to absorb that all those feelings and emotions that the director and screenplay has lived and developed all her life there.
Então, acho que para ser bem objetivo, acho que o trabalho mais duro, o mais intenso, foi de conviver com as pessoas, conversar com elas, e para isso estar genuinamente interessada em compreendê-las. Conheci algumas pessoas que eram... devo falar da Lourdinha, que é minha musa. E fazer treinamento de pegar galinha, das tarefas rurais, colocar... figurino nos ajudou muito, né? Se encontrar o corpo, o que aquilo quer dizer da relação com o espaço rural, frequentar missa, né? Então, todos esses trabalhos de imersão. E acho uma coisa, foi meu primeiríssimo trabalho depois da pandemia. Então, acho que nós estávamos todos muito sedentos desse encontro para contar histórias. E acho que foi uma espécie de cura coletiva. Também, inclusive, para falar num período muito difícil, histórico muito difícil, de uma história dura, porém com humor, com sarcasmo, permitindo a nós mesmos que ríssemos de quão patéticos podemos ser todos.
Let me try and be brief. This was harsh work.
Sorry, I know, sorry.
But mainly what we try to do is to live amongst those people and talk to those people, because we became quite interested in getting to know everyone who was there in that environment. I met so many incredible people. I have to mention Lourdinha by name. She's my muse. But mainly what we did in those immersion weeks was to train to do all sorts of things, such as catching that chicken as you saw, and all the rural activities. And getting into costume actually really helped us get immersed in the characters and find ourselves there, and going to church and doing all the steps. This whole immersion was something that we've done. It was the first thing that we've done after the long pandemic that we all went through. So I felt that we were all very willing and engaging to actually meet one another and talk to them and share experiences. And I call it even a collective healing in some sort of a way. And it's been a difficult period for all of us because of the pandemic, but we try and put a pinch of humor and sarcasm and allowing ourselves to laugh at the different situations that we've been going through.
Well, you created something super powerful and fun. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not sure if you are able to listen, but oh my God, o sotaque. The accent, it's really different for us. It's really challenging. Yes, it was really challenging.
It is. Do you have questions? Yes, go ahead up there.
Hello, thank you very much for everything and the question. It was from the very first draft. It was she killed her father, and the drug dealer is a guy hidden in the middle of nowhere. You know, that was como fala que tipo foi enganado. That was deceived by the people that he hired to hide him. So he doesn't know that, but he's no one, he's nothing now. So I think it was, like they say many times in the film, it was easier for everyone. Why not? Killed already the grandparent, the kid is seeing everything. There's this naturalization of violence, because I think the film is pretty much about that, the naturalization of violence and of absurdity. And it's interesting. I like to hear these impressions about his death, because some people they kind of have it coming, and for some people is a surprise. So, but yes, it was always part of the film since from the very beginning.
He was dead when he got there. He was already dead. We have to go, but we can continue a conversation outside. Thank you so much for staying. You're so fantastic.
Thank you.
Please remember to vote. And thank you for supporting the Latino films and the Brazilian films.
Thank you.
It's the first
Thank you for
public
staying.
projection. It's the first time we see the film together.